It's that crack. It's that crack music. We got money, so we fucking off. We fucking off. Yeah, we fucking off. We in the hood, and we fucking off. We fucking off. We got money, so we fucking off. Niggas tripping, get their head fucking blew off. We in the hood, and we fucking off. Rolling nice cars, yeah, we fucking off. We handle our business, but we still fucking off. Every fucking weekend, yeah, we fucking off. Got our bitches mad at us cause we fucking off. Real hood niggas, yeah, we fucking off. We ain't fucking soft, yeah, we fucking off. Run up and get your head fucking blew off. Yeah, we fucking off. Yeah, we rolling cars. Yeah, we rolling dice. Yeah, we fucking off. Tryna blow stacks. Nigga, Rolex. Young Dewey in the hood with them throw tracks. Yeah, I maintain. Yeah, I'm ducking off. When it's hot, cause I'm fucking off. I was fucking off. Now I'm fucking. We got money, so we fucking off. We fucking off. Yeah, we fucking off. We in the hood, and we fucking off. 20 racks on my chain, I'm fucking off. Wheels way too big, I'm fucking off. Doors up on the whip, I'm fucking off. Cop said my watch is too big, can I take it off? I'm fucking off. I'm fucking off. I blow a whole zip, nigga, I'm fucking off. I got a bad bitch, nigga, I'm fucking off. I'm fucking off. I'm fucking off. She suck my dick until I'm fucking soft. She say I'm worth it. She say I worked it. I'm just fucking off. But she say I'm perfect.
Yep. It's your boy Dr. Hood. We back with another one. DRH19D. If you didn't know, hit that like and subscribe button for more videos. Hit that bell for notifications. You know what they're going to do. They're going to shadow ban any real nigga saying anything. Joseph Townsend, salute. Salute, fam. Salute, fam. Always coming through, showing your support. Appreciate it, brother. Yeah, you know, we're going to get into some talk. I got some clips going on. Apparently, everybody doesn't have the credentials to talk about certain topics, like when we're talking about dating, when we're talking about finances, when we're talking about stocks, we're talking about construction, electrician, different type of things. Certain people. I got a clip for y'all, man. But first, let me bring my special guest up. What's going on, Mr. Troy? Oh, you are mute.
Oh, what's going on, everybody?
What it
Hope
do? What it
everybody
do,
having
man?
a good day today.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Topper Hill in the building. What's going on, fam? You on mute too.
What's good, my guy? You know the real deal, Copper Hill.
What you got? What y'all got going on this Sunday night? You know, it's pretty much getting ready for school over here. You know what I'm saying? Tomorrow.
Hey man, I ain't gonna lie.
You got that background. You got it going. You got it going. Topper, you got it going.
My bad. What I'm doing, bro. I'm working on my son is, he got accepted into a school, so now we're just doing scholarships. We just have to write a 600-word essay. I'm helping him with that.
Oh man, that's good, man. Congratulations, man, to the young fella and the father. You know, it's always this is fatherhood. You know, this is the acceptance letters and different things, the journey. Because you know, in my opinion, and it like somebody on another panel told me, like, man, we can't just be pushing off with what we want on everybody else. Me, I'm all about legacy, so I root for those type of things. You know, I see you and I see generations coming after that doing good. That speaks for the strong roots that it comes from. if it's a plant.
I ain't even gonna front, bro. I've been on a little, not, this is what you're supposed to do, but most of us don't understand this is what we're supposed to do. So when it happens, we kind of want to, a trophy and all that and accolades, and I don't need all that, but it does make me feel.
Right. What's going on, Mr. Troy?
Oh man, man, I just been chilling, man, on my day off, man. I was in that hospital last night, man.
Oh yeah, what happened?
And man, my blood pressure went up.
Oh shit.
Yeah, I gotta go get my wisdom tooth pulled. So
Hey man, you gotta take care of that. Our guy, E-Dog, man, is in the hospital because of his blood pressure. He ain't doing too good, I heard. He been in the hospital for about 2-3 weeks now.
Wow. Yeah, that's terrible, man. Send the prayers up. You know what I'm saying? Hope it helps. Hope it reaches them. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Hey, maybe we need to have a talk about health and eating and different things like that. Even if it's stuff that people already know.
I don't really even eat no meat or nothing. I ain't ate that in years, but there still be some of the processed foods we be eating.
Miss Anthropic, what's going on, fellas? What's going on? They go to the link right there. They go to the link. Come on up. We got a couple different topics. We got a couple different clips that I think I jacked them off of TikTok or short clips or whatever it is. It's non-biased. I didn't spend all day looking for them and trying to find something controversial. It was pretty much the first thing that popped up, just to make it an organic experience for everybody. You know what I'm saying? It's not something I had to give it a whole lot of thought. Let me see. Let me get this back up here. Anyway, if you guys see that, that's Anton Daniel. One of the clips was about him. A guy questioned his expertise when it came to dating and dating coaching and kind of teaching people about the atmosphere of what's going on today. And he's basically saying, well, how can you give all this good info and all this advice if you've only had one chick? For 20 years you've been off the dating market. You haven't been out here in these fields, right? So, hey, I think it's worth a debate, or maybe some people got different views about it. But let's get into it.
Yeah.
Hold on, here we go.
Listen to what women say. Watch.
This one was interesting. Now,
don't listen to what women say. Watch what they do, because a woman will show you exactly what she's attracted to if you just watch how she sexually responds to whatever. When it comes to men, a woman will tell you what she believes makes her a good person about what she's attracted to, but her vagina doesn't think that way. Her vagina responds to what nature has taught it to respond to.
Oh,
damn! Don't listen.
I like that. Talk to me, fellas.
Yeah, I mean, think about it. If you cheat on her, she want to go give it up to somebody. She want to do what you did to hurt her. That's nature teaching her.
Nowadays, women are desexualized, meaning there's the vibrator moves way more faster than we can move. They can get something longer than what we are. They got all these things to where, they don't really, there ain't too many more versions. There ain't too many more bodies with only like 1 or 2 or 3 bodies, I hate to say it, but man, some of these girls, got just as much as the guys. So,
if not more.
Right.
They have sex whenever they want to. So they got more body. There's more virgin men than there are women.
Yeah. Some places, I guess.
Here in America.
Yeah, nah, it's men, hey, it's a hunt. From the day you turn, 12 years old or whatever, you know what I'm saying? It's a hunt. You out here competing. Now you might not know you competing, but you are. You're competing with other men. You got to be in at least the top 50%,
Man.
at least.
Right.
And these women, like he said, that's a good way to just observe. Like, what does a female do? What is she attracted to? What type of chick, how does she get aroused? Does she just get excited when, maybe there's a TV show about fixer upper, the fixer and flipper, you know what I'm saying? Those type of TV shows. She don't like those TV shows, but when Glorilla come on,
Right.
she loves that. You feel me? So you really just gotta see how they are, man. Just let them overtalk themselves.
Right. That's what they're going to do.
Shoot yourself in the foot. Go ahead. You know what I'm saying?
And it's sad, right? Because I got two daughters that's 17 and 9, 16 and 19. And I be trying to explain to them how you dress and how you carry yourself matters. Like, right. I want you to be a woman. I don't want you to be a hoochie. A hoochie does this, and that. They right. Dress this, and that way. And the sad thing about it is, dad is having these conversations. Moms ain't.
Right.
You feel what I mean? Like, and it was crazy because I played for my daughter the Lauryn Hill song. That thing. That should be something that as soon as your girl hits puberty, you should be playing that song for her, because that's a bust you out song if you're a man, because really that's at a certain age, that's really all we want is the thing. You feel what I mean? We don't come into wanting to be with you and all that other stuff until later, right?
These females is brainwashed by the women to think that giving it up is the way to go. Like I don't get it,
Yeah, because it's the so even with the abortion thing, right? Let's just keep it 100. We men, if the store is closed, we can't get into that store, right? So when a woman gets pregnant, it's basically her responsibility. She let a guy into where he wasn't supposed to be, or she let him in the store. Now, right. If she says the store is closed, now we're not condoning grape, but if he grapes her, then that's the only way that she gets
not accountable.
Right. Other than that, it's no matter what he says to you, no matter how much game he got, no matter how he looks, you let him in the store.
And these chicks will argue with you like, well, he shouldn't have came inside of me.
Let me get misanthropic in the what's going on, my brother?
What's the haps?
What's up, Thropic?
Welcome back, bro. Welcome back.
Can you hear me?
Yep.
What's going on, brother?
How's my mic?
Oh, you sound good. You sound good. Yeah.
Right on. So I'll tell you what, nothing's gonna, and this won't happen. This is not gonna happen in our lifetime. The only two ways a lot of this could ever change is, one, we got an easily accessible birth control like women have, and then two, financial abortion. If we had those two things, it would get back on par. But we're not going to get those two things. So
yeah, we're never getting that.
All right, listen, these females they're coming at dudes like dudes came at them telling them to get an abortion. They're telling dudes, man, go get your shit clipped. Don't plan on being with these dudes forever or nothing. Just go get your shit clipped.
Yeah,
Wow.
it's crazy, man. To be honest, it's it's like, to be honest, now they be trying to have notches. Bros be trying to have notches on their belts. You you
Uh,
you you'll turn up and be a notch on their belt, right? Yeah.
they're, they're
So I
telling
remember,
niggas, they're telling niggas I hit his shit.
right, right. No lie, bro. And they're doing stuff like this. They're putting your name on the. They're putting your name on the back. They're having conversations, like. So I used to. When I was in school, there was the women had the women's caucus, right? And I was it's where my work study was. So I would sit and listen to them. I used to ask them, and this was 20 years ago. So just think of how I was on steroids now. I used to ask them why at the end of the conversation, you guys are supposed to be the strong black women's caucus, but why does it turn into men chopping you up, right? About what man is doing this, one man, what man is doing that, right? And it gets deep to where they'll let you know who's doing what and what dude ain't no good and got a little Johnson or a big Johnson. Like, this is at a black women's caucus meeting for the women on the campus who's supposed to be about some strong black independent stuff. Right towards the end, it'll go right towards men. It's crazy.
Hey, this is like this is like men and women are like Pinky and the Brain. How how the brain thinks he's the women are the brain and we're Pinky. Like we're just like you're never gonna get our spot. You're never gonna rule the world, but it's just funny watching you do it.
Yeah, there was a reel that said, ask women what rights do they get that men don't get, right? And the women couldn't think of any, and you can't really think of a right that men don't have, that men have that women don't have,
Well,
right?
right, the right to delete the kid. That's one.
Yeah, but other than that, so why is there a woman's right? Where is there a women's movement when they get the same rights as us? Does that make sense? If you get every right that we got and everything is good now, why is there still a women's rights movement? That don't make sense. Like, if every right that they get, if there's no right that men have that women don't have, you got to ask a woman this, like, what right does a man have that you don't have, right? And if the answer is, which is,
I'm
we get
making
all
her
the rights
answer
you guys
because it's
get,
not about rights. It's actually about power. It's about power.
Right.
which is right, but why is
Well,
there
they
a
they,
woman's
they try
rights
to
then?
they try to say that the money scale is a little off.
But it is because, well, if you think about the
Remarkable.
jobs, women don't build. Ain't no. There's a few women, but they're not building no roads. They're not building anything. So you know what I mean. They can. They just don't. Right. And then, not to get into this, but they don't even come at a man who says he's transgender. They don't even say, "Look here, man, you're not us." They still want to give those guys. That's not even offensive to them.
Hit the like button, y'all. Hit the like button.
You feel what I mean? Like, they're so, some of these guys, that anytime a transgender says they are a woman should have their head.
Hey,
Like, look here.
that's a show right there. Why are women letting trans men take over their role?
And say that they're women, right?
Right,
And you don't get
they're
mad.
calling women cis right now.
Well, they got money.
Yeah, they're calling women
They got
cis.
money. They got money to push that though. So that's where the problem comes in.
But at the end of the day, that them is still men, and it's mostly majority white men who's pushing that issue, right? So it's still the power structure of white men saying, because yeah, there are transgenders black. Let's keep it 100, but they don't outnumber the transgender white men, and they're not the ones who's pushing the agenda. There's really no black men is doing it. It's still
Man,
it's still powerful.
they got the black men in the forefront of it.
Well, in the forefront and on the poster, but who's making the bills? Who is behind the actual? You know, it's actually at the end of the day, it's a white male, right?
Oh yeah, they
It's
got the money that's funding it. Yeah.
yeah, exactly. And so, cause look, I have a friend. I ain't gonna say her name, but she's in a group, and this group is, there's a lot of gay men in the group, and they decided it's a females group, but I can't join the group, but a gay guy can, right? And they have no problem with it because the gay guys who are in it are bringing in money, and they'll do this thing to where if they pull your name out the basket, they'll give your organization some money. So they're getting money because these gay males got money. So like you said, it's crazy. But get back to my point, women don't get mad at somebody saying, "Hey, I am a woman," when you're not a woman. That should be offensive to them. That should be, they should be really upset that somebody's claiming to be a woman who can't have children, because it's like I said, a
Doesn't go
woman is
through their cycles.
all right. Bottom line about the definition of a woman is you're an adult female. What's a female? A female is born with reproductive systems. You're female, right? An adult woman is a female. A woman is an adult female. That's just it. So when you try to throw in all these different things of I identify with this, I identify with that, but then they get mad when you make up some identity that's BS. Like my identity right now, say I'm transparent, I'm invisible. You can't see me. You feel me? But they'll get mad when you bring that to the table and say, no, I can see you. Yeah, but I can see that you're a male too, trying to be a woman. So what's your point?
Women are promoting the goofy shit though.
Yeah, it's definitely game. It's definitely some goofy stuff. But there's something else that I noticed too, is that it's been had its wings, right? Like meaning to where there was a time before there where it was just a little bit. Now it's everywhere. Now it's just there's a section on Netflix or a section that's LBGTA, right? Movies. So and there's a ton of them. All right, and there might be movies you might just go see. Now they're just gonna put them. They might been out. Now they're gonna put them under the LBGTA card movie section. And you probably really didn't think that it was one of those type of movies because you didn't really care. But guess what? That's what it does.
Yeah.
What women say, watch what they do. Because a woman will show you exactly what she's attracted to if you just watch how she sexually responds to whatever when it comes to men. A woman will tell you what she believes makes her a good person about what she's attracted to. But her vagina doesn't think that way.
Which is crazy.
They're gonna tell you what they think that you want to hear. That's gonna make them look like a good person.
Right.
That's game. That's what dudes do, right?
Right. They're gaming niggas.
Isn't that what dudes do?
Niggas is the new hoes.
I tell you all this good shit.
Niggas is the new hoes.
How you're not into this drama and you just, I just kick back, man. Just get my money, man. I don't be in all that,
Right.
That's what they want to hear, So now I get it, man. This guy's on point. I don't think he said nothing wrong.
Vagina responds to what nature has taught it to respond to. Damn. Don't listen to what women say while they
It's important to point.
All right, let's check this one out. This is the one with old boy apparently got some smoke for Anton Daniels. I mean, we in them spaces. We in them type of spaces. You know, I came down like when I first saw Kevin Samuels, because the chicks on Facebook was going ham about Kevin Samuels. You know, they were like they couldn't believe the fact that because they got a baby that a lot of them didn't qualify for a high value man. Like, you know, you're somebody else's baby's fucking mom, you know, and they make it seem like that doesn't make you lose value. In a lot of ways, that makes a guy lose value too.
What?
Like, there's some having kids.
No, it doesn't.
Yes, it does.
No, it doesn't.
We can argue about it. It takes you out of contention for a lot of women. Yeah. Listen, I mean, you don't have to think so.
That's for a woman. A woman lose value when she has kids by another man, because 9 times out of 10, the kids is with the mother, and they're not with the dad. So when the new man and the new woman get together, the woman's bringing the child.
Yeah, but there's still women out there that you are disqualified for.
No, so
you have to know that as a man.
Let me speak on this because I am a single father.
Okay, let's talk about it.
Yeah, so I am a single father, right? So I'll tell you, I definitely lost value because women, here's the deal. One, if you have the baby mama in the picture at all, any new woman coming around is going to have beef no matter what she says with that role, because they know that ex can extract time, energy, and resources from you at any given moment, and bitches don't like to share, right? This also counts for the child. Let's say you don't even have the baby mama in the picture. The child, believe it or not, is also a competition for those resources, time, attention, all that. So so here's the deal. Like, women will sometimes sell wolf tickets like, oh yeah, single dad, if he's stand up, he's already got his stuff together. Like, that's all wolf tickets, because like, they might want to hook up. It's a novelty to some women to hook up with a single dad. Sure, that's a thing. Sometimes, like, you get some stupid people, both the single dad and a single mama get together thinking they're gonna do Brady Bunch. That shit never works out. But like, yeah, no. But as far as like my sexual market value as being a single dad, it is definitely lower, and I can't deny that. So.
Yeah. So do you disagree, Mr. Troy? I mean, well, I'm not arguing that a woman's value goes down if she has a kid. Like, and by her being with the kid the majority of the time, and, you know, yeah, I could argue that maybe that makes her value go down maybe a little more than a guy, right? But there are some women that are sketched out about talking to guys with children. As a man, you have to know that. As a guy that doesn't have children, you have to know that.
There's more women than there are men. So
not by many, not by much.
Man, by millions.
Millions, just small amount of millions.
The amount of them is millions. So she doesn't have to. Yeah, I'm telling you, she don't have to. There's too many more women than there are men.
Especially as you get older, it's like 5 to 1 or something.
Wow.
Nah, man. In America, you crazy, bro.
Nah, in the dating pool, so you gotta look at it like this. Like, men will basically talk to, you know, anyone from the fine to the nerdy to the fat chick.
Right,
Women don't talk to fat dudes really. They don't talk to, you know, bums really. Like,
right.
you know, like
They're not gonna take. They're not gonna take care. They're not gonna take care of another man.
the numbers. You know, the numbers start, and then like Kevin Samuel said, women they all want this high value man, but they'll pass up somebody who's on their level, searching for, you know, that ideal dude who has a job, makes money, has, you know, but he has a pull from about 10 different chicks who he can maneuver around. You know, the you know, it doesn't happen that way. You feel what I mean? Like Rihanna, she's not. Let's give a star example. She's not gonna go to a male strip club and every night mess with a different male, right? For like a month. Niggas will do that, right? And eventually,
He
I don't go to strip clubs. I
said niggas would do that,
come on, man. You know how it is to where because there's just too many in the pool. There's not too many women in the pool, like, you know, men in the pool for women. You know, a
Well,
big
not what they're looking for.
well, like even with my overweight girlfriend or 305, them girls be 500 pounds, but they still got a dude. I ain't seen no 500 pound
Them
dude,
niggas in that bag. Stop it.
but I ain't
Them
seen
girls,
no big old dude with a girl yet. You feel me? Like I haven't seen, you know, but the 500 pound
Nah, them niggas,
girls,
them old niggas be trying to get some.
yeah, I'm just saying the 500 pound girls, they got somebody. Any any particular girl has someone, no matter what she is. She could be conjoined with her other half. You feel me? And
Let
it's
me
crazy.
see. Let me see. So this dude has some smoke apparently.
It's important to point out, as a man, you can't be a teacher in every subject. In some subjects, you got to be a student. You're not able to always teach, but I think that a lot of us as black men, we're very ego driven. So every time you see black men talking to each other, they all want to be the teacher. Somebody has to be the pupil. Sometimes you got to know when to shut up and listen to another man. And this brings me to Anton Daniels. See, if Anton wanted to talk about finance, I would shut up and listen. I live in my car, remember? If Anton wanted to talk about marriage and how to maintain a healthy marriage, I would listen, because he's been married for 20 years. But if you want to talk about dating and dating options and dating politics, you've been out the game for 20 plus years. You've only been with that one woman, maybe one other woman. So what could you take?
He's 100% right. So here's the deal. There is a caveat to this. So like in a general discussion about female nature, that type of thing, everybody can put their 2 cents in. That's all good. But he is right. But he has been out the game. A lot has changed in 20 years. So that part is absolutely correct. So
Yeah, a lot has changed. A
Yeah,
lot has changed.
this is what I was saying back when we was backstage. There was a thing in the fraternity called deference, to where even the gangs is kind of built on that, but it's not built on that anymore. To where younger person is supposed to come in and listen, right? But
right.
they'll come in and they're not listening. They're watching, and if you don't have no money or you're not, you know, no matter how old you are to them, you can't even say, well, man, the reason why is because I did this and I did that. They just like, nah, you ain't got it. You ain't hard. I ain't messing with you. Right? It's a bad problem, because let's take the Chicago gangs for example. They used to have a count and all that. Everybody used to be on some sort of paperwork to where you had a number. Them cats ain't listening to that no more.
But this is Anton Daniels with Brittany Renner, bro. This is Antoine Scrooge McDuck.
That nigga
Antoine Daniels.
That nigga made everybody think Brittany Renner was misquoted.
This nigga's like 6'2". You feel me?
Who is Brittany Renner? You got to peep me the game because I don't be paying attention to that type of stuff. Who is she?
She's this little disgruntled chick. She had a baby with the
PJ Washington.
Oh, she got PJ Washington out the bag.
Yeah, I heard she was chasing him around, allegedly chasing him around all through college and shit. She 30 years old, chasing this motherfucker in college.
She done let Tekashi 6ix9ine hump and
Kakashi.
Yeah.
What?
I've seen her say that.
See?
Yeah, and that's crazy because he shouldn't. Like he should, if he didn't have no game before he became, that's come on, man. What do you know? What do you
I mean, he has a nice, well, on YouTube it seems nice, like a marriage that I guess like 20 years or something. You know, I salute dudes that's married for 20 years. I salute dudes that's just with the same girl for 20 years or 10 years or whatever. You know what I'm saying?
Bro, I've been with mine 9. Right? Like I said, to where I ain't gonna front, bro. I could have, if I was younger, not to say I'm glad I'm older, but not that I would have left, but we just worked through every little bullshit problem we got. It's nothing. I can't even really see myself even being with nobody else, to be honest.
So what do you think about a 20-year-old? I mean, a guy that's been off the dating market, or is he off the dating market? I mean, that's him right there. You know, that's Brittany Renner. You know, she been to Jackson State. She messed with plenty of athletes. You know, so maybe he could bag her, even if he has a wife. You know, I don't know.
Who's really trying to?
Smart.
Right.
You said what?
Like, who's really trying to
move, man?
Yeah, that'd be a stupid move. I'm trolling. That'd be a stupid move, yo.
Dumbass move.
You know what I'm saying?
Like, who's trying to walk up with Brittany Renner on the arm? You know?
You know,
but the NFL players,
dumb athletes,
don't start that.
Hey, I don't get
Russell
for example,
Russell Wilson will wife a Brittany Renner.
Right.
Russell will, because he's the type of nigga. I'm gonna tell you, he the type of nigga that when a woman gets on him and starts talking to him, he's just so in a daze that he can't even like say no and shit. Like he's one of those niggas. I'm telling you, man. Anything they say goes, because he's just mesmerized with a pretty bitch. You know, that's detrimental to a man's well-being. It is.
And here's what I don't get.
For real.
If I'm a star, right? Say I just came in and I got a contract. I'm just gonna go to a college campus and try to pick a nerd or girly nerd who looks good. But one thing I'm not gonna do is talk to the girl that Lamar Odom and everybody just went with. They just, you know what I mean? Like, come on, man. All these guys go with the same chick.
Everybody put their scrotum on her.
They just pass her around.
I mean,
scrotum girl.
And I get that because in high school, right? When we was in high school, if we go back, the woman who wasn't humping, we didn't talk to her.
But we respected her.
Yeah, but we wasn't wasting our time, right? But the one
we was wasting a little bit of our time to build that long relationship.
We was trying to jib.
Yeah.
We was jibbing a little bit.
Smart ones was keeping that long term, like
right. That long term. I know I was.
Because at the end of the day, I mean, once high school is over, I mean, all the shenanigans and shit's over, bro. You out here in this real world, and it's like, okay, you know what shit like Topper Hill, you know, he went to college and shit, you know what I'm saying? So that's a
And
different
bro,
type of network, right?
oh, bro, it's crazy because it's so compact. There's so many right there, and that's kind of the atmosphere. Get drunk, you know, and they use getting drunk and all that to give you some, but dude, that's just what it is.
So do
You
you
know,
think a guy that's been out of the game 20 years, a married guy 20 years, should be giving guys advice on how to get women?
No.
No,
kind of, yeah, no. If he wants one like his wife, like he can
right.
say, he can say how he pulled his wife, right? But he don't know about the vixens. You feel me? He don't know
Well, I
about
don't know. He's with a vixen right now. That's what I'm saying. He's with a vic. That's him on the
for
thing.
20 years.
Well, no,
Hey, hold up, hold up, hold up,
that's not his
hold
wife.
up. What is a vic? What do we mean by a vixen? What does that mean?
You know, one that'll be in the ones that's usually in the videos. You know, the video vixens.
Who,
You know
who's
what
a
I'm saying?
video vixen?
I mean,
Anton's
Renner,
wife?
I'm sure Renner could pass for one.
Oh, Renner, yeah, but
All right.
that's not his broad though.
Well, I'm just
She's a
saying, you know what I'm
she's a
saying?
vixen. It's just a terminology, bro. It's just
Oh,
Like
you know the
if he's
vixen is.
bagging shit, see that's what I don't. Because yeah, a guy might be in a relationship for 20 years, but he probably still could bag shit though, right? Like if you could bag shit, you could bag shit. And sometimes us as men, we make this mistake, and we're in some kind of way seeking validation.
Or
But
just testing to see if it's still there. I do that every now and then.
yeah, just to see if you can still pounce, you know, like a lion. You know what I'm saying?
well,
See if you still got that ability to make them submit to you. You know what I'm saying?
he's running the play like he don't do that. He don't cheat on his wife. You know.
Well, you can't say that when he's sitting there next to a vixen.
Man,
So,
listen, man. Listen, I'm gonna tell you because I was watching that Kevin Samuels. I watched how Kevin Samuels came through and sprinkled some Kool-Aid on those boys. And when Kevin Samuels brought the exercise your options to the table, and you can go back and look at the videos. Anton Daniels was really like, if he didn't pay attention to nothing else, he paid attention to that. Like that intrigued him. That information that he got, because Kevin Samuels, I mean, let's be honest, he brought a lot of stuff to the forefront that a lot of guys just really didn't know.
Didn't even know.
I'm gonna be honest with you, man. A lot of dudes were dumbfounded about their true value in the statistics. Like, where do you stand? Like, you be making 100,000, thinking you broke. You feel me? And then, like, nigga, you doing good. You the top 10%. You know what I'm saying? You the top 12%. Right. So. And then when you're the top 12%, what do the top 12% want? You know, it's like, and then he starts to get to the dress size and, you know, all of this. Like, wait a minute. Like, I don't have this. A lot of dudes were thinking that, like, wait a minute, there's no food. Yeah, I'm making 140,000, but when I get home, there's still not no food in there cooking or a submissive woman.
Yeah, he shook that down. He shook that up.
So yeah, now he shook it up, and that's why the women came through in armies. They had army buses full of women,
right,
making YouTube channels because they had to rebut this shit.
Right.
Some of them said, "You know what? I'm gonna just get down with them," and they turned into the manosphere leaders.
Right,
they're leading the manosphere right now. Women. You'd be surprised. If you look at it number for number, women are crushing it. You know what I'm saying? So, hey, man, dude had a good point. Go ahead, Topper.
Yeah, because there's like you said, so there's OnlyFans, right? ain't no women gonna sit up and pay us, right? But men are gonna pay OnlyFans. Like some of these women are getting paid. Like what's the Cash Me Outside girl? She's paid. Like they just getting.
Man, there's dudes behind these women that are on OnlyFans.
Yeah. Some right, but some. Yeah, I can go get a one, but he's not. But he might be setting up the page, but the content is the woman. The content ain't him.
He
He
getting the
might get.
money though.
Yeah. But still, ain't no woman gonna pay no man to do anything, right? Yeah, she gonna pay you. She gonna pay you if you're exploiting her basically. If you, but even that game, there's bro, even that game is old. Nigga, there's more female pimpings than there's ever been. Right? They're that's what's going on now. Is certain women going to grab like even personally when I be going up to this spot up in Lacey, there's a girl, she's fine, she's gay though. And all she does is try to get her friends to she was dancing with the chicks and she just tried to slowly break them down with suggested dancing, and then you go somewhere with her, but no man get to go where they go. She and she done got a few. I can tell, she, you know what I mean, like she don't compromise a few of them women.
Compromise.
That's the key word when it comes to the to this LBGT stuff, right? Because once somebody has something like that on you, right, then you can kind of then say, well,
Blackmail them.
yeah, that's all Hollywood. That's how they all get down.
Right.
They're in the room with cameras and stuff. They don't know what they did. Come here. They're at a party. Next thing you know, this old lady who's a producer, or old dude who's a producer tells them, well, if you want this show, you want this part, you got to do this. Next thing you know,
Right.
just like the little transgender that got half of Seattle compromised. I was just talking to one of my friends. I was Leah, right? Leah was hearing voices on there to where Leah will let you know, like, man, it was a gang of people. Like niggas who was supposed to be pimps, niggas who got careers, got bad women. They was compromised to where when the transgender call them on one phone and say, all right, you better come over here, they will have to say, okay, right? They're coming. Even if they don't come, they didn't want to make her mad, basically. You feel what I mean? They didn't want to make the transgender mad. And that's kind of what happened. It ended up getting mad and exposing a lot of people. I don't know who made him mad, but he exposed some cool cats too. I heard. I mean, you all know the names. I ain't gonna say the names, but
they did that on Facebook.
yeah,
Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah, you remember?
There was some niggas from the town on there.
Yeah, a lot, bro. A
Right.
lot of reputable niggas lost relationships, right? Girlfriends is embarrassed.
Topper, did you see the ass chart?
Nah, what's that?
You didn't see the ass chart?
Nah, I didn't see that. What is it?
Topper, man.
The ass chart.
This nigga
Come on,
go with that ass chart.
Oh yeah, I seen that before.
Come on, bro. What's it gonna be? What's it gonna be, bro?
I'm a lay out of that one because you ain't seen mine. She ain't got one, so I can't even front.
Nah, what's it gonna be on this chart? We ain't talking about it real
the
life.
Bottom. I'm gonna say the bottom.
What's it gonna be on this chart? What's it gonna be on this chart, man?
The bottom right.
The bottom right.
Yeah, that looks cool.
So it's all about the ass.
Not really. Yeah, I mean, not really for pleasure things. Yeah, but
So so you'll pay 50K for some ass, basically. So
nah,
that's basically
I
what
must be
you're
looking
doing.
at that wrong. No, I won't pay nothing for nothing, bro.
This one with no acetol makes 150K. She's a good mother, no kids, feminine, 125. She's a 4 in the face, which isn't far from a 6, right? Now this one makes 100K. She's a 4 in the kitchen. It's just right off the rip. The bitch can't cook, right? She's a 4 in the kitchen. That's a lousy cook, right? She has 0 kids. You know, she don't have the hot tamale or nothing, right?
The
She got
onion.
a little standard issue, 6 in the face, which means that, you know, she wear the wrong shit or, you know, got the wrong attitude. She could easily be a 5 or a 4. You know what I'm saying? But in a good a 4 with a good attitude with 150K could easily be a 6. We've seen that. We've
Yeah,
seen that. We've seen it.
or popularity, like who they are, and you know, if this person wants them or they've had this boyfriend, and automatically they're, you know, you know, because the next person had them or this person had them, like, you know, it's a goal or something. You know, like say for example, let's say LeBron's wife was on the market. You would just like you'd be like, man, I bagged LeBron James's wife. Like you would just try, even if she was not good, because it was LeBron James's wife. You know what I'm saying? Like that's just
I don't
people.
do that shit.
I mean, you don't, but just how many people
So I
do? They
know a
won't.
lot of people do. I know
Yeah,
a lot of people
like
do.
you get what I mean? Like, you know, I guarantee you, bro. If I wasn't with mine, there would be a lot of people trying to get at her to where I didn't know nobody who knew her to talk to her before me. Now all of a sudden I'm talking to her, and I don't know. I think cats is saying shit like I don't deserve her or shit like that. This is coming from men, bro. Like, well, where was you at
Dirty
before?
Mackin.
Yeah,
Dirty Mackin, man. That's
right.
what that is.
Yeah. So on the opposite end of that, there's men who want what you got, who like, oh, okay. I mean, she must be something. You know, all of a sudden, it's just how it is, bro. It's hard to explain, but you know,
You're you're in love with that little Drea.
who? Drea.
Yeah,
Oh, he said I'm in love with her.
yeah.
Nah, that's just a template. That's just you know what I'm saying?
Oh, man, she's not the type.
She got that little heart.
Yeah, but see that's the thing about me, bro. I cannot mess with anybody who's on there doing that. Like I might can jib at you or anything, but I can't, you know, and I'm different. I've always been like this, bro. I don't even go to strip clubs, bro. I'll keep it 100. I don't go to amateur night. I don't do none of that. And if I see you up in there, I hear about it, I am just cool, right? It's just
Well,
me.
yeah,
They
on a long-term relationship, I see a lot of men taking that route, but it's those selective few, and then of course a guy that's not getting no woman attention, then I mean they're gonna suck her up and be the sucker for every fucking day. You know, like some of this Jerry Springer shit we used to see, this Maury and you know, just simp ass niggas jumping up on there, just like, damn, how's this nigga? You know, that's stupid. She got 3, 4 different dudes. She 4 dudes. They checking the DNA on 4 different dudes, and this motherfucker's it ain't his. He still want to work it out, and you know all this shit. That's opening up a can of worms, man. for destruction. And women are good, man. They'll cry and act like it's, you know, they're the fucking victim and
The
shit.
perfect victims.
You know what I'm saying? And oh, it's gonna be better and all this shit. Like you gotta just go off of what's happening. What are we seeing here? Don't second guess yourself, you know, because a lot of these women are on bullshit. They're only there in it for themselves. You know, they can't look at nothing past that because that's what they've been on. It's not like they're just
But
gonna
at
get
the
in a good
same time,
relationship.
the ones who aren't, they're snatched up, bro. You feel what I mean? The ones who aren't are they, you know.
Well, yeah, of course. You only got a certain amount of time before a woman gets like that, in my opinion. It's only a certain amount of time before a woman just becomes cold to the world, you know. And she ain't never gonna be able to conform to no man or you know, submit to no man because she's had so many partners.
Right.
She's had so many different personalities. She's lived with so many different niggas or
Well,
men for my boy MA. My boy MA, man. Hey, you know, and that's what it is. You know, you can't just have 20 bodies live with, you know, they be having 20 bodies. They live with 6 guys for you know 15 years worth of living with dudes. 6 different guys. You know, then they come with the baggage and shit, all of this shit. 3, 4 kids. That means I'm 5th. If you got 4 kids, I'm 5th. I'm not, hey, I don't, if she got a kid, hey, deal with her. But we're talking about our sons. What do we want them to do? Yeah, of course, we can navigate that shit. Oh, yeah, you know, whatever. You know, you probably know her. It's a different circumstance to where you can weigh it out for yourself and you know it's going to work, right? You know, you're not just going to jump in some low probability shit. I hope you wouldn't think your son's just a fucking savage. You know, you think he's little Boosie or some shit. You know what I'm saying?
hey, yeah, well, I try to explain to my son, like, bro, slow down, right? You don't even mess with none of these chicks around here. So when you go off to school, there's gonna be some wifey materials. And then you get into the habit of treating these wifey materials like you treat some of these buckets, you ain't gonna get her. Period. Because then there's gonna be a dad like myself who's gonna, you know, because I tell my daughters this: whatever dude you talk to, you, if you don't come holler at me first or just come over, then that should let you know not to mess
Facts.
with him. But
Facts.
she's gonna do it anyway, though, you know, because
Right.
But if she really wants to get a good dude, she'll bring the little dude over, even if he is a hardcore or whatever, whatever. If you got enough respect to be like, yeah, man, so you can tell him, like, man, this is what I don't, and you build that rapport, you built the rapport, right? Because my high school girlfriend, dad used to let me come over into the house, right? Stay up in the room. I didn't do nothing, right? I wouldn't do nothing because he was downstairs. But, you know, when he wasn't there, it might be on or something. But while he was in the house, he had to respect
Facts.
the he had to respect me treating his daughter with respect. And that's because I met him, he was there, and I introduced myself to him. I wasn't no sneaking around this dude.
Right. Yeah, he knows what's going on.
Yeah.
Hell yeah, man. Let me get this last one in.
One other woman. So what could you tell?
No, so I'm saying you don't think men were more masculine back then than they are now?
Men in general, men worldwide were more masculine because we didn't have feminism. But see, the problem is black women, your mother's generation and your grandmother's generation, they really failed you guys because they told you didn't need a man. So you can't.
Right.
Who raised these feminine, weak black men that you have a problem with? Who raised them? Who raised them? 80% of black children are born out of wedlock. Who raised them?
Mm-hmm.
Who?
We did.
Who's we?
My mom or whoever my grandparents did.
Black who?
Women.
Thank you.
Okay. You know, so this is what the black women wanted because they accepted all this Tekashi 6ix9ine behavior, all of this feminine behavior, what everybody's doing, reacting, not being logical, not thinking, not being a problem solver. You know, this whole culture has been embedded by single mothers.
That's not really their job to be problem solvers.
Yeah, but they raised the kids. They've raised them. This is the generation that we're talking about.
Right.
The men that they're complaining about were raised by the women. You know, let's say they 50 from the age of 50 to 38. You know, they getting it in. You dig? But you know how we do, man. We ain't gonna worry about that. We ain't gonna worry about that too much. Def Dabster in the motherfucking building.
Yes, sir. What's
Yes,
up, my brothers?
Oh, you know, just up on this late night talk. Late night talk, you know.
Mm-hmm.
We've been just trying to get it in, put in a little bit of work. Put in a little bit of work, man. That's it.
Wasn't there a Kevin Samuels celebration or something earlier in the day?
Oh, I don't know.
Yeah, there was like a memorial service or some type of shit.
Oh, that's dope.
Yeah, it was like it was streamed. I seen some flyers, like digital flyers.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Cool, man. That's cool. As much hate as Kevin Samuels get, that's cool.
Man, it's crazy. There's black men who did way fouler shit than him who we don't say anything negative about.
They get praised.
They get praised, but for whatever this dude, man, he's public enemy number 1 through 5.
You know?
Niggas be hating Kevin Samuels to celebrate Kwanzaa.
More George Floyd's.
Feel me?
That's funny as hell, man. That's funny.
Is that Brittany Renner?
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. What's going on, man? What am I?
Brittany, we ain't even on Brittany's helmet.
Okay, all right.
You know me. If somebody's name's in the title, I'm always gonna go snatch something. You know, it's like, oh shit. You know, I look out for him. I throw Brittany right there. You know what I'm saying? Throw Brittany up in the mix. You dig? You see the Uncle Scrooge band. You know, every kid wanted one of those. If you didn't want the Uncle Scrooge bin full of money, you wasn't like me. I wanted that motherfucker.
Uncle
Yes,
Scrooge,
sir.
man, he was living the life.
Now we cooked, man. We cooked.
Oh, you guys are a short one. Okay, so you got a short session today. Okay.
Yeah,
Oh no, that's Def Dabster. That's Def Dabster, huh? MA's back. MA's back.
nope.
Yeah, this ain't no short session, Chef, man.
Oh, okay.
I know you talking about a short session. You know. What is that? That's something in the background.
Somebody's back there.
Somebody's background's going ham.
Let me hold up. Was that me?
Yeah, it was you. Oh yeah, you sent me that. Yeah, good looking. I've been wanting to check that out. You know, I gotta learn it all. I gotta learn it all. You know, we're gonna figure it out sooner or later.
You see, I figured out how to mess with that avatar.
Yeah, you're up. You're up in there.
Shit, man, Steph Curry went ham.
Stephen Curry.
Yeah, bro.
He's back.
He went ham against Milwaukee. This nigga was hooping.
Did they win?
Yeah, they won.
I'm about to
Barely
say
though.
I'm tired of motherfuckers going off and not winning.
Barely.
That shit.
They
That
won.
shit shouldn't even count.
They won, but nigga, they barely won. I mean, they ended up winning by a few buckets or whatever, but nah, that shit went like double overtime or something. They gave him fits. And you know, Giannis didn't play too.
Right.
Because he hurt or something.
Let me see. You know, I got another one for y'all. I want to see what y'all think of this one. Cause shit just be funny, bruh. Okay, so I got this. I ain't even gonna talk shit. I'm about to be like, I got this loudmouth. This is one of my shorts I did. It's one of my shorts.
You having trouble finding it?
Yeah, no, that ain't the one. Let me see, where the fuck was this? Okay, this shit was on TikTok. TikTok hoes, man.
Oh, I see you trying to work on your shorts.
You see me working on my shorts.
Yeah,
one of them was getting a little traction over there, man. I said, "Oh, okay, yeah, okay. We're gonna just keep mounting it on top of No, we do. Hey, what's the verification for the Discord, MA?
It should be pretty wide open. I think I don't know, they may have changed because they just started it, but it should be pretty easy to get up in there. They got lots of plans for it, but like right now, I mean, they just launched it. Angry Man had another channel, I guess. Y'all was telling me about it, but this is like a new thing. So
let me see.
you hear me? I don't know if I'm coming through.
Yeah, I heard you. I heard
you. Is my boy Trump trying to come back?
They keep hating on Trump. They're doing everything they can to numerous time after time after time after time after time. Like, come on. Like, you're not gonna send them to jail. You know, like what the fuck is going on? After a while, it's like, bro, I mean, you're picking on them now. You know what I'm saying? You shake them up, see what he got. You check here. It's not at the back door. You check the front door. And then if he doesn't have anything, you just let him go, bro. I'm not really with the bullying and the picking, you know.
You know, that's what the Democrats do. You know? What's like your name in the media?
That shit corny as hell, bruh.
Man, I just hate that.
I hope he come back.
I just hate that I had to find out so many motherfuckers wasn't shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, where motherfuckers, it was just anybody but him. Cass wasn't even caring. Just, we hate this guy so much, you could give us anything. We'll take that. That it should never come to that. Black people, especially, our talking points just got crazy. And they said anybody but him, and that's just who they gave us. Anybody. So hopefully we aware of that now, because at least when Trump was up in there, black people was actually trying to hold the president accountable, and they were engaged in shit. But now what I'm realizing, y'all ain't care about that. It's like Chris Rock said, that was all false outrage, or what's he call it, selective outrage?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what that was. We don't care about no goddamn politics, because we would care now.
We just do it to people that do it to people tell them to do it.
Yeah, man.
You know, turn on your 6:00 news so you can be programmed for the day.
Mm-hmm.
You guys are gonna vote how we want you to vote. They gonna get it. They gonna get it because the LGBT probably. You know, that Trina and that one dude did that voting song for the Democrats.
No voting, no vucking.
No voting, no vucking.
Hey, that was the most disrespectful shit ever, bro.
Disrespectful.
That was some disrespectful shit, bro.
Bro, they basically told black people, you
motherfuckers is too stupid to even be out here thinking about voting.
Right.
That's what it told me. That's what that was like. Because I mean, it was supposed to be appealing to us. So if you gotta appeal to us, like that let me know that we're in a fucked up spot.
Right.
And you know, just like in the hood or just like at the trap house, the nigga with the less money, sorry to say, man, he don't call no shots, bruh.
Right.
Come on, man. Let's stop acting like motherfuckers with the less money's calling shots, bruh.
Right.
You don't call shots.
They'll go to the corner and be a watchman. Watch out for
Even
the
if you
police.
had money at one point in time, you ain't got that bag no more, bro. You know, you're not about to be calling shots. We got ballers walking through the door with duffel bags and shit. Like, bro, go sit down, go do something, bro.
Right.
And that's how the black community is. It's sad. I mean, if I would have knew this when I was 4 years old, you know, I'd probably be better off now. But we're so far behind, bro. You know, and I'm not gonna get as far as what Dark Kent was saying, like segregation and you know all of that. Because I mean, come on, I mean, we've showed that we can live amongst anybody and anywhere. We showed that we've been resilient enough to, you know, be out here thriving still. But if you look at it as a whole, like we're in the fucking dead last.
Hey, we was doing better in segregation.
Listen, bro, this is my thing. That everybody want to do segregation until it's time to get surgery and shit. You know what I'm saying? Till it's some real important life-threatening shit. And you need surgery, you know, or some shit. And then now all the blacks, now we don't got shit. We don't got farms and shit. Nobody wants to do shit. Everybody want to live in the city.
Right.
Every nigga want to live in a fucking city. Right? Scared of the country. Never had a garden. It's bigger than 5 feet by 5 feet. You know, ain't never had shit like that. And don't want shit like that. You know what I'm saying? So when it comes to growing, health, you know, hospitals, like you got to take all that into consideration, bro. You talk about segregation. That's my thing, you know. And
Shit,
yeah, there probably are good doctors and black doctors and shit. You know, my last child, you know, the doctor was black, you know what I'm saying? A black lady, you know, she was running. There was 6 other nurses and, you know, other people in there. She was running the whole shit, you know. It was a great job. I thanked her at the end, you know, when it was over. But that's not the norm.
right.
And then, you know, and then you got to look at the military. Like, what are we going to do as far as that goes, you know?
Yes, it was.
It doesn't make sense, man. I'm gonna be honest with you, man. That does not make sense. We've already evolved. We're already here. You know, is the segregation gonna stop us from killing each other? You feel me? Yeah, we were doing better in segregation because we weren't killing each other like this. You feel me? Everybody should be eating off of everybody. It shouldn't be no segregation.
We were doing better in segregation because we could actually bounce our money. One of our problems is the moment we get any type of finance, it immediately goes out the door.
Right.
Right.
Yeah, that's our problem though.
Like
But
right now,
we're the only group. So you mean to tell me, like, is the only way for me not to eat out of the refrigerator is I have to put a lock on it? You feel me though? Like that's a lack of discipline. So we can't be disciplined enough to get money with other races walking around and be competitive in that way and compete for these jobs and everything.
No, because you have to We have to do that as a people first. Like them people keep their money. They keep their money in their neighborhoods. You know, it helps build up their
They go out to
neighborhood.
other neighborhoods and bring money back to their
So
neighborhood.
what
Right.
the hell? My point is this: what is segregation gonna do?
So,
What
when we was
segregation
segregated,
gonna
Oh,
do?
what's segregation gonna do? Oh,
when
I'm
we
gonna
was
tell you something.
segregated,
Now, see, we could talk about when we was. I'm talking about what we're not now.
Oh, I could.
All right?
I'm just saying.
So that would mean that we couldn't go back into time, but we would have to somehow go back to segregation. But we can't go
Man,
back
look,
in
bro.
time. So talking about what it used to be, I think that's ridiculous because the world wasn't even the same. Like, yeah, back in segregation, they didn't have cell phones. You feel me? Like, there's a lot of shit that they didn't have.
Yeah, but here's the whole
but
thing. The
How
bottom
they
line
is
had,
that going to help us now?
here's the
but they had
reality of it. Here's
communities.
the reality of it.
We had communities.
We had hospitals, like we had our own shit. And
Schools, all banks.
our main thing is that we wanted to be invited into some shit we
Nah,
wasn't welcome in.
that one nigga wanted to be invited into that shit and talk the gang of us into it.
Yeah, but okay, so there it goes then. You see what I'm saying? Same
Listen, bro,
difference.
there's no way. For one, it's a white country. You're not just coming.
Man, bro, niggas was going to swimming pools, getting acid poured on them, and they lived in a neighborhood that had multiple pools that already welcomed them there, bro. You know what I'm saying? Bottom line, if your parents don't want me to eat over there, I shouldn't be fighting to be over there, even though me and you was friends, bro.
Right.
We still gonna be friends, Dr. Hood, but if your parents don't want me over there, nigga, how hard should I really fight to be a guest at your home? Like, nigga, you gonna invite me over when we get grown? Or when you get
okay, so how is segregation gonna help now?
Oh, well, I'm just talking about when we was in a position to where we had to have our own. Like, where we went wrong was when we didn't have to have our own. We had to have our own corner stores. We had to have our own shoe stores.
Right.
We had to have it. We had to have our own schools.
Man, I know what'll
So-
happen, bro.
so-
Niggas
so
will
when-
be hating,
so-
they'll be
so
hating
the
on
kids-
the niggas that got it. The niggas that got it will have to worry about the niggas that don't. I know that for a fucking fact.
Yeah, but we would have jobs to give our people too. Everybody in the community.
So there ain't no jobs around. That's
everybody in the community.
Nah, there's jobs around. I mean, here's the whole
There's no
thing,
jobs
bro.
around.
Whole
In order
thing.
for our people to have jobs, we got to segregate, right?
Nah, I think
bro.
that you're twisting up what we're saying right
Say
now.
it right. For us to own shit, to have our own land, to have our own area, to own our own policing, in the food that comes in our neighborhoods, and the money that leaves our neighborhood and comes in, like that's the control these other people have in their communities.
I mean, we could even look at something as simple as CAY or the CD Panthers.
Right.
That shit was necessary. It was needed. We learned a lot.
That wasn't segregation though, bro.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is that it's still our own. Like, you're so focused on segregation.
We could
what
do
I'm
that
saying
now,
is that,
though. That's what I'm
listen,
saying.
Hey, hold up.
You won't,
That
man, bro,
wasn't.
you
that
won't let
wasn't
nobody explain
segregation.
nothing, bro, because
That
you're
wasn't
so caught up on the
segregation.
word segregation.
Just think about it. Think about it. Even in the CAY, nigga, we was all black teams. We didn't have too many white boys playing on our teams. We go all the way out to Maple Valley to play the next coast white boy.
Right, and my point is that we didn't need segregation to have it like that, and you don't need segregation to have it like that now. That's my point. I mean, you can disagree. It's all good.
No, you need it like
nobody's disagreeing. What it is that we saying the same thing. You're caught up in segregation. What we saying is that when there was segregation, We
See, we
had
can't
our
talk
own.
about that. There wasn't cell phones then.
Man,
All
bro,
right.
nobody cares whether there were cell phones or
Cell
not,
phones or
bro.
not,
There
right?
wasn't there
Still
wasn't
people.
flat screens and
There were
shit
still people. You
and
talking about
fucking
technology now?
cars that
Technology. White
cars
people
that
still
drive
racist with
40,
flat screens,
40
nigga.
gallons
White
per
people are still
40 miles per
racist
gallon.
with all this shit you talking about. So even without segregation, white people still racist. We could just cut to that chase.
We still racist.
Man, we are not racist. We don't control shit. How we gonna be
We
racist?
kill our own fucking people.
Yeah,
We're
okay,
racist
we're
against
ignorant.
our
That's
own
genocide.
fucking
That's
people,
not
bro.
racism. That's not racism.
That's worse than
There's no
racism.
okay, so it's not racism. It might be worse, but racism.
It's worse.
Racist.
That's to me. That's
Okay,
worse.
that's cool. So call it what it is. Don't call it racism. Call it genocide.
You gotta have
Well, yeah.
power. to
Don't
have
talk
racism.
about if a motherfucker. You talk about this guy pissed on the floor, but you shitted on the floor. Like, bro.
Okay, so what you telling me? Whoa, stop.
We
Because
gotta stop that.
No, bro. Now the waters you're going into, you're going into is that I can't talk about racism because niggas from where I'm from kill each other. Stop, bro. I could talk about racism just because I'm from the CD, bro.
Nah, you you move the goalposts.
Look, you talking about pissing on the floor and shitting on the floor. Racism is piss, right? Genocide is shit, right? Bro, I'm following you. What I'm saying is just because I know niggas who participate in genocide or I know of it, don't mean I can't complain about racism, bro.
Listen.
Here we go. All right, go ahead. I'm listening.
Hey, look. So what type of racism are we going through today, though?
What shit? Systemic?
We could go through that, but my thing is that's not even the issue. But my issue is this: there's plenty of good things that we can do. Wow. Okay, so what we're just gonna all walk past each other and not say nothing? Like, what is this? What does this segregation look like? What does it look like?
It looks like everybody that lives next door to you.
Man, look.
It looks like you.
So what is it gonna be like? House swap? Like, okay, so they picked listen,
bro.
Let's say they picked my area to be the white neighborhood, and so do I gotta swap with somebody? Okay, well we're gonna go move on this side. Like, what does this look like?
I'm gonna tell you something.
What does it look like? What if I live in a neighborhood that's
you gonna let somebody
segregated? I don't think you're gonna answer. That's why.
I know I'm not, because you ain't gonna let nobody talk.
Okay, go ahead, bro.
Here's what we dealing with. We need businesses, we need ownership, and we need to be doing business with each other, right? To me, that's what segregation would look like, where a black business is actually owned and operated by black people and employ black people. I'm not expecting for niggas to live in a bubble with just black people like we live in Jackson, Mississippi. I'm very realistic. I'm very practical. But what I'm saying is this: we got to get out this state of mind of this, right? Let's say me, Dr. Hood, and Troy are doing great business together, right? So Jimmy come along and things don't work out. Now I'm mad at Jimmy. So now I'm being sideways with you niggas on some you can't trust niggas. Y'all ain't did nothing but good business with a nigga, right? But since one thing didn't quite work out with one nigga, now I want to put y'all through the ringer and treat y'all like you haven't been stand-up guys in business this whole time. That's what I'm talking about. We could just start on stuff like that. Just stop being so harsh towards each other when we go through something. One thing about business, you're going to experience some bad business. But I do know this: when we experience bad business with each other, we flip on everybody. White people, we used to doing bad business with them. It's always been bad business with them.
Still go to them.
Right? But with that, we could just start off with that. Like just like right now, with what Dr. Hood's doing with the Dr. Hood network. Is it segregation? No, it's not. But It's black people networking. We're trying to figure out solutions. We deal with problems. We have tough conversations. Hey, now if anybody's looking for Troy or Dr. Hood to pay their rent, you're tripping, bro. If you're looking for a handout from one of these niggas, man, bro, you tripping.
Yeah, but I still think that the ultimate goal, because it ain't never gonna be segregated.
Oh no, never.
So it's like all this shit and everything we want, we got to be able to do it amongst everybody else and play by the system. Like I said, nobody's moving out of the country or nothing. We all still here.
Yeah, niggas said that they was gonna move, talking about a Trump president. I don't know nobody who moved.
Yeah, Trump about to get another term, so they might as well stop that shit. So, I just that subject
they're gonna bring him back.
Who else is gonna do it?
I mean, shit, man.
Trump showed me. Obama showed me a lot, but Trump showed me more. Obama showed me that one of the smartest, articulate at that time, and where my mind was at that time.
Get the hell out of here.
Hey, man, look, man, let him live, bro.
Yeah. Nah. I thought Obama was one of the most smartest, articulate black dudes on the planet.
You guys see? Hey, listen, hold up, stop. Are you seriously about to say that?
Yeah.
This nigga did more. This nigga did more for the alphabet.
It doesn't matter. It matters how smart and articulate he is. It doesn't matter about what the fuck he did. I never said anything about what he did. He's smart and articulated his ass into the fucking office.
You're all right to do nothing.
Something that niggas can't do.
To please him. And he's not a nigga.
You're talking about the wrong shit because I don't care about what he did or not. Like I'm not the big president guy. I don't give a fuck about the president.
That's what's wrong with niggas. Niggas don't care about these people's policies.
Move then. You feel me? If you care about the policies that much, fucking move.
So why are you a president if you don't have policies that are going to fit the people?
Because there's fucking benefits.
Oh my gosh,
Obama gets a check for the rest of his fucking life and security.
Man, which bird are you listening to? The left one or the right one?
So is that false or not?
No, I don't know what you're on, my nigga.
Did I say something wrong?
Yeah, nigga.
So Obama doesn't get a check. Is that what you're saying? Because sometimes shit gets silly, bro. Sometimes shit gets silly. So Obama, so the president doesn't get a check for the rest of his fucking life. Is that what you're saying?
Man, listen, that's all that matters is the check. If that's all we was talking about, then yeah, he won.
Bro, this motherfucker be a president, man. You putting yourself in a good position, man. You know?
What are you being the president for, though? Just to get the check or to help people?
What the fuck who did he help?
No, the alphabet boys and girls.
So why are you arguing about him not doing shit? But so he did it. I'm saying he did it for the benefits. No, I'm saying he did it for the benefits. This guy's arguing with me, telling me that he didn't, and then says he didn't do shit.
I'm talking about for black for who people think who people think
it's hilarious.
Who cares about what the fuck he was supposed to do?
All right.
Right?
Let me know what arena we're playing in there.
No, I'm just saying whatever he was supposed to fucking do or what people thought he was gonna do that didn't fucking vote. You know, a lot of niggas didn't vote and was really acting like they motherfucking politicians and shit. You know, I do know that. You know,
I'm not
the president. It's a good look. You know. As far as career and all this shit,
Yeah.
It is. Now we could say it's not. That's fine. We, maybe we could argue that about that another day. That the president doesn't get shit when he leaves office. You know what I'm saying? So
Right.
who knows what the fuck he did it for? I don't know why people do what they do.
That nigga voted.
Nobody becomes the president of the United States to help the general public, bro. That's what being an educator is for. That's what being a Sunday school teacher is for. Do the shit that I do. Feed struggling families and shit.
Right.
Like that's if you want to help people, you do shit in your community. If you want to get paid, you get into politics and shit like that. That's about politics. That's about power.
So do y'all think it was a surprise when Obama just turned out to be a normal politician and not like saving folks? Like, was that a surprise?
Hell no, it wasn't a surprise. But I mean, you see the way they played it up. I mean, the thing is, bro, when you a black guy, because you got to really look at the climate at that time. You remember that show, The Boondocks, right?
Yeah.
You remember that little episode where they went crazy about Obama on Huey?
Yeah.
It was really like that in the black community, MA, bro. I know because I can tell how you talk. You fuck with us and shit.
Yeah.
So you gotta, man. That that shit was crazy, bro.
I think I just came to age and I voted for the first. Well, my first vote was for Obama. I remember at the workplace, all mixed folks. Everybody. Here's the deal. You know what? The whole generation, though, like all kind of people. What I remember mostly is we wanted so desperately to have like our JFK moment. Like this is our. You know what I mean?
Bro, I can remember it like it was last night, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah, but black people aren't understanding that Obama is not black.
But you can't tell us that though.
Right. But nobody wants to do no research on this guy. Like,
so how isn't he? How isn't he black?
Bro, we do research, bro. We don't care about that, man. You know that, bro. You know once I get something as a black man, I'm gonna just speak in real general terms. And anybody who think I'm wrong, that's cool. Go ahead and check me on it, correct me. Right? We have so little. We get things in our mind like these pipe dreams, right? And we'll just die. We'll die on this hill, bro. I know I've died on some hills. For real, for real. I've died on some hills knowing I'm wilding. But what else do I have to hold on to when some of this shit?
Yeah, they just do us any old type of way, man. Just make us look like idiots to the world, man. Like black people are a joke to the world. We got our women running around here acting like they're the most educated when they're just the most enrolled. They go get senseless degrees. They're not doing nothing. They're not helping the community. So now the whole world thinks that the black man is being ruled over by his woman. But if you pay attention to it, our women are educated, but they don't know the definition of words. They live in fantasy worlds. They think they can talk crazy to men, and just because we live in this Western society where a nigga won't slap him in the mouth, now it's bro, like people need to wake up. Like we're really brainwashed to the core. Doesn't make any sense to me. Nobody's paying attention.
Shit, what also is hurting is that every turn, like masculinity is challenged, although at the same time it's expected to remain, right? Like when you take on certain burdens, right? If it's your job to be responsible for certain shit and that's your responsibility, then you can't be worried about things that are trivial compared to the bottom line.
Yeah.
And now that's what it is. Like, even though it's all about providing for your household, doing X, Y, and Z, that's not necessarily the most important thing. Well, if the most important thing isn't that, then what else can it be?
What? No, so it's been cherry picked on what is accepted and what's not. So like, here's the deal: we're
Right,
still all good utilities. We are
right,
tools, right?
right.
And then we're gaslit. Like, oh, we want you to be more sensitive tools. Some of us tried to be more sensitive. That didn't work. So like, so might as well just be. Can I be a stoic tool? No, that doesn't work either. Can I just be any
Bro,
kind of tool? No, you just got to be a very specific kind of tool. And we might change our mind tomorrow what kind of tool you need to be. Right. So like, it's constantly this gaslight, and it's not going to stop. Like, it's all, well, actually, there is one context that is going to stop, but yeah, heads ain't ready, and nobody wants that, and it may go that far. And I'm like, complete societal collapse. Yeah, then things will reverse a little bit, but nobody wants that for real. Nobody does.
yeah. I mean, like, I almost look at it like this, like how we talk about fair pay, fair work, right? Like at the workplace, let's say we work a labor job and we work with women at the job and we're lifting 60-pound bags of shit, 60-pound bags of things, right? Let's say we take it upon ourselves to help them out with that job because it's more efficient for us as a crew.
Mm-hmm.
When it's all said and done, they still want the same pay, right? But it would be a problem if later on we decided, you know what, you're gonna have to like just do your own job. Like our masculinity could completely be on the line, right? We've been doing your job, helping you in this capacity. And instead of it being, well, you know what, thank you for what you did do, when we stop doing it, we have to explain why. There's a justification. There might even be an attack. And if there is an attack, you're less of a man to defend yourself, to even speak up and say, well, man, it was never my job in the first place. Like that alone is like something that could make you completely less of a man. Or it's just weird how this stuff goes, where it's all like, well, do you want it both ways? Like,
Yes, they do. They want it any old which way that serves them at any given time, and they will do the switch up on a drop of a hat if it suits their whims. Like, I mean, that is the reality on the ground. Heads don't want to deal with it. And here's the deal: there's a couple hacks to this, but those hacks don't really evolve like these sweeping changes of like the culture or society, because that's not going to happen. The only hacks come with how we move as men. That's the only viable hacks. You know what I mean? And I think that's like it's something I call red pill indigestion. A lot of cats take the red pill, but then like they slowly start like it kind of comes back up. They don't want to hold on to it because like the next step is like when after you go through some other phases is like finally acceptance, and then now you learn how to move differently in the world, and you ain't even upset anymore about how harsh and shit is, right? You still might get pissed off about certain things from time to time, but like, so we have to move differently. That's the only way we can adapt to this environment, or we could sell out our masculinity. We could switch it up and go like white girl, white woke. We could do that. We do a little trans thing, whatever. Like there are other options, but if we want to keep a certain degree of masculine dignity, we have to move different.
well, you know what's killing us in May, I feel right now, is that men aren't allowed. Remember how men could have conversations, and it might be something everyone's privy to listen to, but everybody's not included actually in the conversation.
Mm-hmm.
this is the way we get down. They call it steel sharpening steel.
Yeah.
Right? Where like men, we can't even be, for lack of better words, critical of each other. Right? Where we call it checking each other's temperature,
Yep.
that type of shit. Like now we can't even do that no more. But everyone else can. Like everyone else could check the temperature of a man, but like men doing it like that's bullying. It's always everything but what it used to be. It was just how we used to communicate.
And
Now,
there's a genius in this, and this is the worst part about this particular thing being attacked, because whether it's clowning, like even damn near disrespect, just joking, there are so many different ways that men bond from the jump. From the jump, it's like it's on autopilot half the time, where we start sizing each other up, and then if we start getting into a conversation or rapport, like then we test the waters with humor, then we test the waters with clowning. And the reason why we're doing all these little autopilot things is to get a sense of how reliable that man is, right? Because in the back of our mind, if the shit hits the fan, do you want dude who don't even know how to take a joke to be your reinforcement, or do you want a dude that can hold frame and know how to fucking joke, know how to work, know how to cooperate with you? You know what I mean? So like and nobody sees that. It's just it's locker room talk. It's just bullshit. We're just being immature. No, it ain't. There's a genius behind what's happening there. So
we used to check each other back then, and growing up, we didn't like messing up. Now it's just a culture of it's okay to be a fuck up.
Yeah. Yeah.
Back then, nigga, we didn't want to mess up or nothing. We wanted to be perfect.
That's real. That's real.
Our creases and our jeans needed to be perfect. Shirt. As it went on, niggas just quit caring.
And we so sensitive now too, bro. Like everything is so personal.
Right.
Like we come from the era where we would fight and play in the same 10-minute span. I'm not saying that that's what we should do now, right? We need to mature.
I'm definitely saying that. Like we're not. Here's the deal. If you're not, we didn't bring that back. Here's the deal. Like that's rough play. Like here's the deal. Like my best friend growing up, like who died years back, but like my best friend, like we got in a straight up like damn near death fucking like straight up fights from time to time, and it's just how like the tension would build up, whatever, like something was set off, fucking boom boom boom, and then it was all good the next day. A lot of people on the outside, that sounds retarded. That just sounds stupid. But as young men, I'm not talking about like motherfuckers in their 40s shouldn't be doing this shit. But like, when you're young, you learn a lot about yourself in those situations, right? I mean, and the reason why it'll keep coming up, especially with certain kind of men, is because this culture, this society, does not offer us any kind of viable passage. Right? There's no rite of passage. Yeah. There's no ritual for becoming a man. So we'll figure that shit out on our own. And sometimes the knuckleheads, we use violence, which is quite natural. And yeah, it should be contained and it should be like structured if you can get away with that. But if we don't have that structure, we'll come up with our own goddamn games. You know what I mean? So, and that's another thing. Like going back, this is one of my biggest points. It's like that rite of passage is no joke. If you take that away from a culture, like where the young person is graduating or like entering in that new phase of being a young, adult on their own, facing this crazy ass world, that needs to be recognized, celebrated, and some sort of ritual needs to be in there. It has to be. And when you take that ritual away, you got confused as young men, for real.
All right.
Yeah, I agree. Never really thought of it that way, but with hearing it, yeah, that sounds about right to me.
And another thing is like, I don't know if y'all can tap into this, but like I mean, if y'all coming up and you were getting into scraps with like, you know, just neighborhood cats or whoever's around the way, or even within your friends, especially within your friends, after the fight, no matter who won or lost, there's a certain degree of admiration. Like even if you know you lost, you like, oh, and the dude that you like, say like you won, you still admire that like homeboy it has the heart.
He still had his respect.
Yeah, and none of that shit exists anymore. Nobody knows.
Right.
Yeah, so. And they don't want to bring it back. Like, I mean, these days, for a young man, his best shot to find that, especially if he's got like some old fucking corny ass, like, you know, a lack of male figures or whatever, is to enter like a direct sports, a contact sports. That's his best shot because ain't nothing else going to give it anything close to it. And it's just sad, man. We used to have so many avenues for this, like this rite of passage shit, and they're all dried up. So,
right.
And the way they demonize, like, I mean, just the way they call shit, like, you know, the whole toxic masculinity, locker room talk, like, yeah, the clowning and like the sheer fucking buffoonery we can get up to. Behind it is a genius that they don't want to recognize, and you don't have to recognize. Fuck off! I don't give a fuck if they recognize it. My problem is them trying to stop it altogether. They don't need to understand it, but they trying to stop it.
Yep. Yep, they trying to make us completely delicate.
And
niggas was getting busted in their mouth back then. Nobody played them games back then.
Yep.
And the neighborhood toughens you up. You know? We got all these little soft ass kids running around crying and shit all the time. Shit, you couldn't get in a fight outside, then run home and go cry in front of our moms or our family members.
They want to know what you running in the house for.
Right. Yeah. Are you crying? Somebody did what? And you let them do what? Come on, man. Now we got all these soft ass parents that just let their kids cry and do whatever they want to do. And then when they get older and they're running around here putting on dresses and shit, they wonder why their kids was doing it.
And see, like the consequences to this is it's not over. It's going to get deeper as time goes along. Because another thing that's being compromised is like, all right, so this isn't like the universal man story, but it used to be, you know, general enough to apply. And what I mean is that when you're young and you're figuring out where you stand in the pecking order, you're trying to come up, you know, like, and sometimes it'll require violence. If not, it does require at least standing up and learning how to be vocal in a certain way where, like, you know, you maybe anyway, all of this, guess what this does? So if you get take it too far, you're on some, you know, some thug criminal level. Okay, that's fine. We're not done though, because some of those cats can reform. And when they reform, it's probably the most stand-up people have a history of that. So I'm all about like redemption and reform. That's my bag. But like in any case, whether it's just kind of normal or you go a little bit too far on the thug thing and then you come back around. So what you have is like man is a duality. We're either predator or we're protector. So if you spend some time being a predator doing knucklehead shit, right, you're developing your monster, and that can get crazy out of control. But if you find a way to make it out on the other side, you're a good protector, right? And women and families need that. A good man is a fucking monster, and he lets the monster out when he needs to be a protector. But you can only discover and you can only develop that monster like early on. Like, I mean, and that's what they definitely attacking that. They don't want anybody to discover that, like, that protect. They don't want people to get practice in protector roles, is what I'm saying.
Right. Yeah. Unless, of course, it's Will Smith smacking somebody at an award show over some dumb shit. So you could be a protector then.
But we saw what that was. That wasn't Protector. That was some old goofy ass shit. That wasn't. There's some other shit that we don't even know, but we can all intuit something's up with that. That's not just simple protection. Because here's the deal: like a celebrity bitch is honor. Come on, get the fuck out of here. I'm talking about like if a cat's trying to creep up into your home in the middle of the night. Like you got to know how to handle that quick. Fuck the cops. Handled it. You know what I mean? So. Speaking of Will Smith, what y'all think about the Chris Rock's special?
Shit, I think that this is like part 2 of this whole shaming ritual or some shit that they got going, because I've never seen anything like this where the person who got violated is still the person being attacked.
Yeah.
Like Chris Rock is the bad guy.
But I couldn't get through 10 minutes of it because like
I didn't see it. I didn't listen to it.
Yeah.
Like I'm talking about what people were saying on social media.
Yeah. Yeah, I couldn't get through 10 minutes of it. It was not like old school Chris Rock. I don't know. Maybe I'm just old and everything fucking new sucks. I don't know. But like it wasn't like old school. He didn't have that old school energy. He had this new, like Eddie Murphy doing Disney movie fucking shit. But it was funny because before he went in, he had to make the disclaimer. I'm not really anti-woke. I'm woke. He had to make the disclaimer that he was woke before he went in on cancel culture and that type of shit. I'm like, that was not necessary. And that's not what a comedian does. A comedian doesn't have to hold that punch. Right? The comedian should have license to diss everybody, every motherfucking buddy.
Right.
So
that's what I thought. But man, even that.
Yeah, Will Smith's a sucker, man. You can't be hitting on dudes, man. Just because your wife is reckless and you're feeling some type of way.
you ain't down with the entanglements? What you don't know about the entanglement?
I'm just saying. I mean,
just trying to normalize entanglements, man. Can you imagine being the son and your mom's fucking your homie and coming around talking about entanglements? Damn.
Yeah, man. Entanglements. How they serving it? Oh, somebody's shit's going ham.
Who is that?
It sounds like somebody got electrocuted. I hope nobody did, man. Not on the Dr. Hood show. Not on the Dr. Hood show.
That sounded bad.
Mm-hmm.